So It Takes Two is the game we're going to be talking about from the same devs that brought us the gem that was A Way Out, and probably hands down one of my favorite games that I've played during quarantine this year. I gotta say, when I heard that it was from the same devs that came out with A Way Out, I was super excited because, like I said before, I love these types of games and I really want to see these games continue on. But the main question of this video is, It Takes Two worth paying that hefty price tag for it? Because it is a brand new game, it's a $60 game. Not that many people really want to take a gamble on this game. And hey, I get it. It looks kind of kiddish. It looks cartoonish. The story kind of looks a little when you first look at it. But I guess the main question is it worth it? So let's get into it. It Takes Two. So in It Takes Two, you followed the mom and the dad of a little girl who somehow through black voodoo magic cries on these dolls and somehow captures their parents' souls into the doll. And then there's like this really cute book called Dr. Hakim, who is kind of like their therapist, their marriage counselor, who is trying to help them understand, like, hey, through the power of teamwork and working together and kind of realizing that, hey, your marriage is still salvageable, you can keep going and you guys are actually great for each other. And it's hilarious because it's not like Dr. Hakim is 100% on your side. There are countless times throughout the game where he will consistently throw you under the bus, so you get in a little bit of trouble, so you guys have to work together to figure it out yourselves. And that's the amazing part about this game is Dr. Hakim and his story writing, and really all the characters writing in the game. Each character is unique. When you play as the mom, she has unique abilities and eventually weapons that all work together versus when your friend's playing with the dad or when you're playing with the dad. And that co-op / working togetherness that this game really promotes is way bigger than it was in A Way Out. So you and your teammate definitely have to be on the same page, whether you're playing on the same TV or you're playing like me and my friend did in 2 different houses across the city from each other. And that's the beauty of this game. Like I said before, it's from the same devs that made A Way Out. So if you're a fan of that game, you're most likely going to be a fan of this game. But what I do got to say is, like I said before, this game is definitely more children-based. And you could tell by the animations and kind of the type of bosses you fight in this game. I mean, literally, there's a boss that is a toolbox, and a vacuum cleaner. That is probably the hilarious thing that I can say about this game. The bosses are hilarious, and the story that follows each boss is even just as funny. Like, literally, I rolled up to a gang war about wasps versus squirrels who were trying to take over a tree. And it turns out that the squirrels literally worshipped us like gods. I'm not making this up. This is literally facts. It's hilarious. The game does not take itself serious when it comes to like the little characters that it introduces, but at the same time, the overarching story, which is, hey, it's 2 parents that are going to get a divorce, it does take itself serious in trying to help us understand why they want to get a divorce and seeing them slowly work out their differences to eventually, come together and beat the game. And I gotta say, man, I really love that about this game, is that even though it is a kind of sad subject about divorce and how it affects the children, and you can see it during the cutscenes when you see their little daughter and she's upset, she's like, mommy and daddy are gonna get a divorce, I really want mommy and daddy to be friends again. You can see how sad she gets during those cutscenes, but at the same time, you can still see gradually them getting better and them getting better and them getting better, and it's a really cute and interesting way to put a spin on a classic, hey, it's just a divorce story, work it out. And I gotta say, I really appreciate that, and I'm gonna applaud these devs again because they're taking risks and it's paying out, and I love that. I really want more games like this. These types of games are fun. They're really, really fun for me. And even though you do have to play this game with a friend, and I really wish you couldn't, at the same time, I'm happy you have to. Because just like in A Way Out, there's these stupid mini games that you can play with your friends and you can just laugh your ass off while doing it. Because trust me, you're going to get competitive. At least I definitely did. And that's what makes these games fun, is that there are segments where you have to work together and you have to be serious and you have to do it. And you have to take this moment to really think, okay, well, I just got down. You have to stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. Okay, well, you're down. Now I have to stay alive. Okay, now we got to do this. Now we got to do that. But then in these mini games, you can just say fuck it and purposely sabotage your friends, purposely lose just so your friend can feel better, because that's what I did, or purposely win so your friend can feel like shit. That's what my friend did. And it's fun, and it really builds bonds and memories that like last for a while, especially after you beat the game, just like A Way Out did. And that's why I have to give this game, when I take everything into consideration, including the occasional gunplay, once I take everything into consideration, I have to give this game a solid 8.5 out of 10. These games are getting there, but they're not quite perfect. At times, I feel like the story is being dragged out a little bit longer, just like I felt like in A Way Out. And that's kind of really the only downside to this game. And at times, I felt like you use the same mechanics, even though they were refreshing, it was still kind of reusing the same mechanics and kind of like predictable. But hey, I'm not nitpicking it. It got an 8.5. That's an amazing score. It got an 8.5 leaning towards a 9. Let's give it that. So yeah, this game is amazing. Definitely check it out. If you don't have the money to play it, buy it. It's okay. This game will most likely be on sale, for the summer sale on PC, and PS4 is always having sales for video games, so you should be chilling on that front. And I think the same thing's going on with Xbox right now. So definitely, if you can't afford it now, wait for sale like always. And the good thing about these games is that if you have it, your friend doesn't need to buy it, or if your friend buys it, you don't need to buy it. You could just download the free friend pass, or you can just game share it with your friend. Either way works. And yeah, check this game out. It gets a solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I love all your pretty faces. Go show some love to my Borderlands 3 video. I appreciate you immensely. Bye.